Hello! I decided I wanted to make a crash course video for FTB Revelation because I saw offline TV and friends were all playing the pack. And a lot of you, it seems, are a little bit newer to modded Minecraft. Now this isn't to be like a backseat gaming type video, I just wanted to kind of give a general overview about different aspects of modded Minecraft, like machines and tech, but also magic and storage and how they all can kind of work together. It's very, I hope, a little bit condensed so that if you want more information you can look it up on your own, or you can just experiment in game. But I just wanted to make a brief overview of different mods so that you know all the stuff that is kind of available to you. But now let us get into the video. Welcome to the crash course, let's get into it. So first off, I wanted to bring this up because I thought it was very interesting. There is this tome right here that is a universal guide. It will have the guides for most mods that have a manual. Click into it, all you gotta do, and then you have a guide. If you want to take it back, just left click and it turns back into the tome to be used again. Now on to some just enough items hotkeys. So R for recipes and U for uses. This is very nice for stuff in your inventory. So let's say I have this teleposer, find out the recipe, I just press R. If I want to find out uses for these green wooden planks, just press U on it and it takes you to uses. It's very useful. Also inside of just enough items, if you press backspace, it will take you to your last searched thing. So in this case it was the uses for the green wooden planks. And if I want to search through a lot of these without clicking, I can scroll. Just enough items search tips. There are two things. First off is mod name. So if I want to search for @ender.io, which is a mod inside of the pack, all I gotta do @ender.io, and then it tells me everything from ender.io. If I want to see color, this has to be enabled separately. So you have to go in here instead of it being disabled. You have to enable it by requiring prefix, and then all you do is you do caret and then type in a color. So let's say brown. And this will show me all the stuff that is categorized as brown. Now if I want brown wood, let's say, this will show me all the brown woods in the game. It's very useful, highly recommend it. And now all of these can kind of be combined together. So if I want to search for something, I can type let's say, bibliocraft. And then if I want to search within a chest, I can also double click. And suddenly, it's there. I can find this fancy sign and this fancy sign from bibliocraft. But if I want to search specifically for signs within bibliocraft, I can do @biblio space whatever I'm searching for. So in this case, it shows me every sign for bibliocraft, which is very useful. This is another search example, but I'm gonna just skip over it. And last but not least, just look through your keybinds. You might find out that there's some cool functionality that you're just missing out on because you didn't know. Alright, building resources. So these will help you build things really nice and snazzy. The chisel lets you change the look of a block. So you can stab one of these marbles and turn it into a lot of other marbles. So if I can actually spell marble right. Marbles, all of them look like that. There's all these various ones, and a lot of blocks have their different varieties of chisels. Bibliocraft lets you add furniture to your house, so you can make it all look nice and snazzy. You can add carpets, you can add chairs that actually work. It's lovely. Architecture Craft and Block Craftery both do similar things of changing the architecture of your house. You can change how your house looks on the outside, make it feel good on the inside by changing how it looks on the outside. Chisels and Bits lets you break down blocks. So here's a chair that I made just out of the blue, and so you can make stuff like this, or you can make it look even better or worse, doesn't matter. Better's Builder's Wands and Normal Builder's Wands let you build large things without having to worry about it. So if I have this marble block right here, I can just build it out like that, build it up. It's great for making floors, walls, and all the above. Exchangers are the last thing on here, and that is used for exchanging one block for another. So let's say you have an oak wood floor and that looks gross and disgusting. You want to make it a spruce wood floor. You can use an exchanger and it just swaps out the blocks, easy peasy. Now let's talk about some magic. We're going to first talk about astral sorcery, which is embracing the inner Sagittarius in us all and looking to the stars for the answer. We are going to be harnessing the power of starlight and constellations in order to make different blocks and different wands in order to cast different spells. You're going to be creating an altar to harness more starlight. You're going to be creating a lot of multi-blocks that look really pristine, and there's also a skill tree at the end, so you can min-max your Minecraft build, which is words I've never thought I'd say in the same sentence. But next is blood magic for the masochist inside of us all. This is my personal go-to. Don't judge me. But you're going to need to prick yourself and pour your blood into a blood altar in order to imbue different stones with the power of bloodborne pathogens. Towards the end of it, you'll get cool sigils and armor that actually have really good usability, and that's why I really go for it. And you also create a really awesome sacrificial altar that's massive, so make sure you have a lot of room when you first go into this. Next up is Botania, which is about using the flowers that you find all around Minecraft and putting them to work. There's no freeloaders in this house. Instead, you gotta make sure you're working for what you get. And so these flowers will consume different materials. So you have ones that consume water, ones that consume fire, ones that consume cake, to produce a thing called mana, which is the blood, effectively, of Botania. It lets things work, it lets you automate different things, and that's why some people argue that it is a tech mod. I still am considering it's a magic mod, but I mean, it's up to you. And last but not least, there's Thaumcraft at the bottom here, which is all about becoming the master archmage or thaumaturge of Minecraft. You can wield an epic gauntlet of power, just like Thanos. You can't snap like him though. I don't know, it's a one-time only thing, I guess. And you can eventually embrace the forbidden knowledge, the eldritch power inside of us all, and create a lot of the dark arts that people are afraid of. However, be prepared to research for your master's thesis, because you all need a PhD in order to become a master thaumaturge. Now, to start off machines, you need some power. You gotta make sure you got all that power in your pants. So, thermal expansion, really easy stuff. Steam dynamo is like a steam engine. All you do, put in water, coal, boom, you got power. Extra utilities, lots of really creative generators. You have some coal generators, you can make power out of food, you can make power out of death. It's super sick. Solar panels, pretty boring, pretty generic, pretty vanilla, you know, pretty similar, or pretty standard. Actually, additions, different generators. There's a lava generator, there's coal generators, all that stuff, just look into it. Extreme reactors, this one's super sick. You make reactors. You make big boom reactors. They don't blow up, which is really cool. Not like other reactors in the pack. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but if you find it cool, more power to you. But you can make tons of power off of these extreme reactors. All you need is some iron, some graphite, some uranium, and boom, you got some power. And if you want any more, just look up generator and JEI, you'll find some more. Now that you have your power in your pants, you gotta zip them up with the power transfer. So first, IC2 only works for IC2 machines, so I mean, take that as you will. Immersive engineering, really cool. You can connect cable A to cable B. Just watch out for the hanging wires, because they will electrocute you. Flex networks have 5G. Watch out for the cancer as you're dodging and weaving, but it does allow you to have wireless power transfer, so you can ditch all the cable management that everybody loves so much. Thermodynamics and or IO both have the same thing. Just connect your power generator to your power receiver, and boom, you got some power working. And XNet is the final thing. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this because it is so powerful. When I first learned how to do it, it sucked. But after watching a guide, it made so much sense, and it's really useful for automation. Highly recommend it. Now your power's in your pants, you're successfully zipped up, you gotta make sure that your power is going to the right place. So, IC2 machines, again, only IC2 power can go to IC2 machines. They have pretty generic machines of grinders, smelters, making platers, I don't know. Pretty generic. Thermal expansion and IO are pretty similar. They both have smelters, they're both one block machines, and they work with universal power. I highly recommend these for beginners that are just getting into automation. Immersive engineering, you will make effectively Lego machines, but as soon as you whack them with a hammer, they turn into full-built machines, and it looks so cool. I recommend it for everybody to try at least one immersive engineering. It's like drugs, effectively. But yeah, try one, see if you like it. If you don't, then you don't have to do it again. And industrial foregoing is kind of the overarching umbrella of machines. You will have everything from laser drills to plant sowers and harvesters and ranchers and all that good stuff. So if you are missing out on machines, just go to industrial foregoing and see if they have anything. And there are more machine mods, I just didn't cover all of them. Just look into some of the mod list and see if you can find other machines that you like. How are you going to fund all those machines? Well, you're going to do it with resource generation. Environmental tech, it's pretty expensive, but it is generating resources from just energy. Same thing goes for industrial foregoing's mining laser. You will just pump energy into this and it will generate ores for you. Environmental tech also has the void resource generator that generates different rocks and stones and wood and all that stuff, but They're again very expensive. For more resources of like ores, there's also buildcraft quarries. I don't recommend these for large servers because of world holes creating lag. And if that's a concern of yours, don't do this. More ores, railcraft tunnel bore looks super sick. You have one locomotive pushing an entire tunnel bore that just tunnels through an entire mountain, through the mountainside, just gone. What's behind that? Ores. They're all yours. For mobs, you can use Woot, and it's pretty poggers. All you gotta do, just plug in or make this multi-block using the intern, and you just plug in whatever mob you want to farm, and it will farm for you lag-free. It just generates the resources for you. It's lovely. All it takes is power. Steve Carts 2, it's automation generically. You can farm trees, you can farm ores, you can farm all sorts of things, and it's really cool to see because you can see all the moving parts of your minecart's automation for all these different resources. And last but not least, there's bees for a reason. Bees aren't loved by everybody. If you want to go into bees though, there's forestry as a mod and gendistry, but be careful because you might get stung. You gotta find a place to put all those resources that you've been mining, and so that's where all this storage comes in. Backpacks, that's for just traveling around storage. The dank null, it's like a backpack, but it automatically picks up blocks that are already in your dank null. It's lovely. They recommend that. Yaba and storage drawers are for mass storage. Those are your 3 terabyte homework folders that you've just been kind of collecting because you need them. And then there's also applied energistics and refined/reborn storage. Now these are effectively computers that you can store blocks into. They take power, they take drives, like a hard drive, but they can store a lot of blocks, and they're most people's preferred method of storing items because you can easily insert and search through your items and easily pull them out without having to have 20,000 chests. With such a large server, you're going to need quite a bit of travel, and that's where all this stuff comes in. Railcraft lets you choo-choo on a railroad, and it's super sick. Wastestones let you teleport from different waypoints that are homemade, and the wastestones are pretty easy to craft. Travel anchors, all you do, place them down in different places. You can even name them, and you just step on one of them, point at another one, and jump, and you're there. Jetpacks do as you'd expect, you fly up in the air. Teleportation, there are 3 different versions of teleportation. There might be more, it might be less, or I'm not sure. But there's matter transmitter and receiver from RF Tools, that is the best one. Takes power, transports you from point A to point B. But just be careful because instant transmission isn't always 100% accurate. Last but not least, there's a few honorable mentions I wanted to kind of put up here. So first off, Dark Utilities has troll stuff. Take that as you will. And then there's 3 little things that I wanted to bring up. So cooking for blockheads, you can make your own little kitchen, and it will actually be a functioning kitchen. So all you have to do is, I think, right click on a kitchen block, and it will automatically make or show you what you can make based on the ingredients in your fridge, in your cabinets, in whatever. There is a universal wrench/wand. It's called a morpho tool. I wish I had this earlier on in Minecraft, and I really recommend looking into it. And then if you don't want any mobs around you, make a mega torch. It will stop mobs from spawning in a certain radius, and it will be very nice if you just want a little safe zone, I guess.